Just for once, let's recall the speech made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the Independence Day last year, where a key announcement was made for investment of Rs 100 lakh crore in infrastructure over the next 5 years. Following the announcement, a task force was constituted to create a roadmap for this particular investment. The report of this body was then presented on 31st of December 2019 by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. This report, called the National Infrastructure Pipeline or NIP, distills the sectoral investment plans and outlines a specific mission to achieve through this particular investment. This report also identifies facilitating design, development and maintenance of public infrastructure as per the global standards. Now let's briefly take a look at the three significant parts to this report. Firstly, the report identifies 5 specific reasons why Indian infrastructure needs an overhaul. These include factors such as urbanization, growing working age population, urban contribution to employment, shift to services-based economy, climate change, and yes, disaster resilience. Secondly, the National Infrastructure Pipeline takes a broad view of what's included in the infrastructure development. Social infrastructure areas including higher education, school education, health and family welfare, sports and tourism are specifically called out in the report. Thirdly, for each sector, a general vision of the year 2025 has been painted down. 5 areas of investment, roads, urban housing, railways, power and irrigation constitute more than 80% of the investment plan. The National Infrastructure Pipeline makes it clear that the plan includes investments by the central government, by the state governments, and yes, by private sector too. The National Infrastructure Pipeline brings about an overarching vision to the infrastructure development in India. But yes, its success will surely depend on a plethora of factors, and states will have to put all hands to support the central government in achieving the National Infrastructure Pipeline targets. Issues such as land acquisition and environmental clearances have imposed huge time and cost delays on several key projects nationally. The center and the states have to start working together to sort out these two issues immediately and very quickly. India needs to be back on its path to economic growth, and it needs something more than just the short-term monetary and fiscal stimulus. After being hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, the question that now remains is, how do we get back on the path with the National Infrastructure Pipeline and revive the growth in economy? With the pandemic spreading its wings across the country, the things became messy. Strict lockdown has resulted in GDP contraction of 23.9%, and the fiscal deficit crossed 103% for the budgeted estimate of the year 2020 and 2021, leaving the government in no position to fund new projects amidst the ongoing crisis. With such financial constraints, the investment plans on the National Infrastructure Pipeline seems to get a pushback, particularly from the state governments. In midst of all this crisis, the government still needs to look out for ways to go on with the National Infrastructure Pipeline or NIP and bring in investments, as it seems the only way to boost the economy as for now. With not things much in favor, we definitely need to find a way forward which would require an innovative and a more calibrated approach towards all of this. The government could look at provident funds and insurances for investments, as all of these things are becoming more and more organized with time. The government can also move towards foreign pension funds. But with all these steps, the government must keep in mind that the money which is raised needs to be paid back. Recently, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said that there are huge investment opportunities for India, especially in its vibrant infrastructure sector, where projects worth Rs 44 lakh crore are under implementation as a part of the National Infrastructure Pipeline of Rs 111 lakh crore. At present, projects worth Rs 44 lakh crore accounting for 40% are under implementation, and worth Rs 22 lakh crore projects that account for NIP's 20% are under the development stages. Investments worth Rs 25 lakh crore are envisaged in the energy sector. Rs 16 lakh crore is envisaged in irrigation, rural agriculture and food processing. Rs 20 lakh crore is envisaged in the highway sector. Rs 16 lakh crore each in mobility and railways, and an investment of Rs 14 lakh crore is envisaged on digital infra, among others. The Delhi-Mumbai Express Corridor, which is worth rupees 1 lakh crore, is expected to be completed in the next 2 years, with the project's 50% already being completed. Also, in the next month, two more expressway projects worth rupees 65,000 crore are to be launched. All in all, the National Infrastructure Pipeline is a commendable effort simply for the breadth of its coverage. That the task force could link the need for hard and soft infrastructure to India's economic and social progress, including the Sustainable Development Goals, is creditable.